How and why was BALMUN created?
Okay, that was in 2008, and in 2007 many students asked me to have our own conference because they were so enthusiastic about the conferences we attended in Berlin, Zehlendorf, and in Hamburg, Meiendorf, that there was no way out. And they promised they would be active for making it a great event, and yeah, that's why it started. And why? Because it's a great thing for young students to develop their skills, to be together in a common goal, and to really have something they can remember.
If you compare this conference to the first, what are key difference and developments?
Okay, the digital field is totally different. I remember in the very first conference, we were happy to have a device that could reflect images on a board, and today we have internet connections for everyone. We have classrooms where it's no problem to mirror your devices. Students have their own devices, so that's really a big difference. Yeah, many of the things we tried to do in the first conference were kind of passed to the next generation of students from year to year, and I believe some are still like the first conference was. It was a bit smaller than this one, but we had international schools in that as well, and people are as emotional still as they were in the first conference, and I think that's great.
What was the hardest difficult BALMUN had to overcome during its existence?
Okay, there may be 2 points. First, it's a student-run project. That means you have to rely on the students' capacities and engagement. Of course, you can do a lot to push them a little, but finally it's students' work. And that means there are also risks. Can things go wrong? The benefit of failure is how I might call it, but mostly it turns out as something good for both the project as well as the students. And the second difficulty is that it's not recognized as a good project by everyone. I have lots of colleagues who just complain that students are not in their lessons during the conference, instead of seeing what a wonderful, huge event they create. And this is a bit of a problem because finally we try not to take that too seriously.
Could you give us an overview of how much planning and preparation goes into a BALMUN conference?
To make it short, this year's conference will be over tomorrow, and on June 12th we start to plan the new conference. So it really takes a lot of time because first you need to evaluate the conference of a particular year, and then you try to think about what can we improve, who can be responsible in which field, what would we like to have as a motto of the conference, and it takes practically a year.
In your opinion, why should someone decide to attend a BALMUN conference?
Oh, there are also multiple reasons. One is, I believe, the claim we have, BALMUN family, is true. You can be part of a unit that helps and supports each other, and where you have a good feeling together as a team. Secondly, it's also about learning how political processes work in reality, because it's all about compromising, finding truth behind things and learning. And the third aspect is also learning skills for life. as we have students here who do the catering, the films, the technical things, who care for how neat and orderly the rooms are, who care for housing families, who do the communication, the marketing, whatever. It may be pretty helpful in their later lives. So it's more than just a subject that you have to learn for to pass a test. This is something you learn for real.
If you have to pick one, what do you think is the best aspect of BALMUN?
That we are all in it together.
What are your hopes for the future of BALMUN?
That it keeps going.